Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the channel. If you're new here, my name's Mike. This is my little garage that I have. It's an old gas station slash auto parts store that I bought a few years ago. And I just kind of tinker on Honda mini bikes, horizontal Hondas, anything with the horizontal engine. I probably gravitate more to the CT70 and their Chinese clones. The CT70 was a bike that I first got when I was about 6. Dad brought one home, and I've enjoyed them ever since. And if you're watching this, you probably enjoy them also. Today's video is going to be on a product that I found. I actually saw it on another YouTuber, JE Vintage Honda Minis, JE Vintage Honda Minis. Josh Ewell, I think is how you pronounce his last name. He actually did a video on this, and I saw it, and I've yet to use it. So I thought I'd go through it today. And what it is, it's a bead buster to take tires off of these rims for these CT70 rims. And if you've never done this, it can be a bear. They rust and so forth, and to get the rubber off of the rim can be a nightmare. Now, in the past, what I've done is if I'm not going to save the tire, I just take a knife, cut on both sides. That gets rid of the outer part, and then I take an angle grinder and cut the bead off of the two pieces of the rim. The other thing I do, that's if I'm not going to reuse the tire. If I'm going to reuse the tire, like this one's in decent shape, and I'm going to reuse it. Before I bought this, what I would have done would aired it down. I would have taken playing cards, or I've got these envelopes. You can see where I've used them before with the silver paint. Air it down, just push the tire away from the rim just enough, and line these envelopes around so that I could paint the rim. And today, we're going to look at this product and see if it actually works a little bit better than that. I'd like to take these rims completely off to be able to clean them a little bit better. And this is what I've got. It's called the Bead Buster XB450. Now, I have opened the box, but I have not even taken it out of the packaging yet. It's got a warning. Tells you to lube a couple spots. So we'll do that before we use it. And it looks like you back off this thread, which moves this piece with the rubber, which sits down on top of the tire. The little tapered edge fits underneath the rim, and then you crank down on this, which then pushes the tire down away. So, but before we can get into all that, I've got to let the air out of the tire and take these 4 bolts out of the rim halves. If you've never taken one of these apart, a CT70 has the rims are 2 pieces. You got two halves, and they just bolt together. So I'm going to shut you guys down, and I'm going to let the air out of the tire. Well, because I'm going to have to get a pair of pliers to get the valve stem out. I'm going to take the air out of the tires, and I'm going to take those bolts out and get the rim halves apart. All right, so I've got the straighter valve out of the valve stem. So I've got the air out of the tire. I've got the 4 bolts that held the rim halves together. So looking at this thing, it looks as though when you thread this top piece down, it pushes that down, which separates the tire and the rim. So what I'm going to try and do, I've never used this, so we'll see how this goes. It's my understanding you got to get that. I'm gonna tell you what, let me zoom in on the tire. Hang on just a second. Okay, so as you can see, I've got it stuck underneath the rim here, and then it takes a 3/4 inch socket. I really don't know how tight to go. I've got it pretty tight up against the rim here. Now we're going to drive this one down and see what happens. Not quite. It's pushing it down. I think I probably maybe should have went tighter on the first one. Hang on just a second. Let's try it again. Well, it's not releasing that all the way. Hang on. Let's back this off. There we go. Let's try going a little tighter. I wonder if by not having this tight enough, I didn't have the tapered edge all the way up against the rim and caught the edge of the tire. Oh, so close. So close. All right. I wonder if we can move to a second location and get it. It's almost there. Oh, wrong way. You can hear the rust inside this, inside the rim. Let's try this. There we go. Oh, let me pull all the way out. Fantastic, and you can see the rust that's what holds these on. Well, that worked great, and that actually was not very difficult to do. Let's see if we can do the other side. And again, I think the key is making sure that you get this tight enough so that tapered piece is all the way up against the inside part of the rim so it catches the edge of the tire. And there it is. And it doesn't seem to get into the tube to hurt the tube, so we should be able to salvage that. We'll clean it up because it did seem to be holding air, but there you go. If you haven't found a way to get the rims off of the tires easily, or a way that you like, For my first time using this, I give it a thumbs up. It is, again, the Bead Buster XB450. So, guys, hope that helps you on working on your bikes. And so now I can take these, get these good and cleaned up, get them painted up, and then I'll clean the tire up and put it all back together. Everybody have a great day. Thanks for watching. Hey, guys, I want to add a little bit on to the end of this video. The first part was made a few days ago, and as I was reviewing that to get it ready to post up on YouTube, I realized I never mentioned where I got the Bead Buster XB450 or what it cost. It is not the cheapest tool in the world. I bought it on Amazon at $120 for it. For me, somebody that goes through multiple bikes, multiple tires, it's going to be really handy to have and save me a lot of time. And you know, for every tire that I can reuse and save and not have to tear up and cut, well, you know, that's 50, 60, 70 bucks a tire. So it's going to hopefully pay for itself pretty quickly for me. If you're just a guy that's got, or gal that's got one bike and you just need to change tires one time, you know, I don't know, maybe 120 bucks isn't what you want to spend. But anyway, Amazon, I'll put a link in the description of where I got it and a link to it, okay? The other question I get from time to time is what paint I use. The Honda color was Cloud Silver. I think you can order it online. It's made by VHT. It's an SP127, and they call it Universal Aluminum. And I like the way it looks, and so that is the paint that I use. And so while I got you on the video, I figured we might as well just go ahead and throw this one together. So I got after taking it apart a couple days ago, I got the rims painted up. Kind of clean the tire up a little bit. I will hit it with some Armor All or something when I get ready to really spiffy it up. But you know, this is just going to be nice just to have an extra tire to throw on a bike. Sorry about that. I had to shut you down for a minute. I had to retake out the Schrader valve, so I had too much air in the tube to be able to push the rim halves together to be able to get it to bolt together. So I had to let some air out of the tube. All right, I'll do those other two off camera, but there you go. You can kind of see the look. I'll get the other two bolts put in and here, and then air it up, and we'll have a good usable tire. But Bead Buster XB450, $120 on Amazon if you're interested. Thanks, guys.